It's been wet and windy like an angry Kraken with a stomach problem. Hi everyone, welcome to Planet Juju and another batch of scams, scam baiting and cybercrime awareness. If you use Microsoft, have you ever been into your Microsoft security section and checked for activity on your account? To save me forgetting about it, I've saved the link in my browser's bookmarks. I just checked and it turns out a particularly persistent hacker using a server in Germany, although they could be anywhere and using VPN, has been trying their luck over the first couple of weeks of January, totalling 53 attempts. Just go and get a proper job, mate. There were also a couple in China and one in the US. My email address and possibly a password have obviously been harvested from a breached website. However much security you use, you're ultimately only as safe as the website security, and that is one reason to never use the same password for anything. Even if they did guess my password, I have two-factor authentication turned on, making it more secure. So if you haven't checked your Microsoft security settings recently, that's something to action right now. Next we have this email which slid in past the spam filters, but with such wonderful news. Your email address was chosen at random during an internet search to receive $805,000 from me, the chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. If you are interested, please respond promptly via email to learn more about the donation and how to claim it. Congratulations! Regards, Warren Edward Buffett. The email domain is Japanese, and this might be the reason the spam filters didn't detect it as spam activity, as Japan's known to have one of the most honest cultures. This is going to be not only a phishing scam, asking for personal information, but also what's known as an advanced fee scam, where the scammer requests an upfront payment to release the donation. However, I've seen a lot of emails of this type, and what strikes me first is that the English composition and the grammar and spelling are all much better than the usual scams of this type that come from Africa. I replied as one of my alter egos, Michel Le Preneur. Dear Mr. Buffett, thank you for your email regarding the donation mentioned. I assume it is for my charity work, which aims to fund the development of a robotic device to enable disabled people to walk up and down hills so that they can enjoy countryside pursuits. Please tell me more about it. Kind regards, M. Le Preneur. I had no reply. How rude. He probably spent too much on his sushi. The Japanese anti-fraud organisation says fraudsters are targeting victims by Japan's good image as an honest nation in the world, using Japanese fake name or fake address of Japan to cheat the victims. This organisation has discovered many websites using Japanese name, Japanese address, but physically not in Japan. Such fraud websites are mostly controlled from out of Japan. I do wonder if they're being slightly naive about this, failing to accept that dishonourable criminals are increasing in their own country. They do provide an online form to report cybercrime, so I did, and because it didn't go into my spam folder, I also sent it to the National Cyber Security Centre here in the UK. I had a couple of spam emails supposedly from Water Freedom System. I had one of these last year too and investigated it then. I know their emails would come from someone at waterfreedom.co.uk and not a random Gmail address, so I reported that address to Google. Telephone scammers have been very quiet for a few weeks, but they started up again with a robocall talking about solar panels. I reported the number on who called me, and a few others had reported similar calls from the same number. SMS scams continue to target unsuspecting people. Someone in my local neighbourhood watch group asked, "What do you do if every sends a rescheduled text for payment of £1.30 when you've been home all morning and nobody's knocked?" Well, at least that person was suspicious and asked, but yes, it's a scam. Every doesn't charge to reschedule a delivery. Forward all spam text to 7726 to report them. To learn more about how this works, have a look at the video I made about SMS scams. Here's one my husband received, a phishing scam from someone impersonating the phone provider EE. They wanted him to update his non-existent account with them. It already came with a spam warning though, and Who Called Me shows several similar reports for this number. One of my Facebook friends contacted me after he'd responded to a comment in a public group he runs. Can someone help me? It was from Catherine Bates, a fake profile only made in August 2023, but pretending the posts were made earlier. See this clock symbol here? If you hover over it, you can see when the post was added, despite the date they've set it as. He's kind-hearted though, and didn't realise it was a scammer at first, and messaged her. She replied with the usual scammer sob story. I'm a single mum. I'm a native of Denmark, moved to the United States 8 years ago. I'm currently in Yonkers. What about you? Then, okay, Kay really didn't know how to reach out to anyone and I had to openly ask for help. I instantly recognised the tactics and he blocked her and banished her from the group. I say her, but it's most probably a Nigerian scammer boy from the likes I found on the profile. And I pulled again, or to be exact, one of my scam baiting personas did. This time it was William Robertson from Columbus, Ohio, although I can see he's using a stolen profile as it's misgendered. He changed her profile on the 2nd of January. In fact, his pictures belong to this chap, Erkan Senyigit, excuse the pronunciation, who's obviously aware his pictures are being stolen. If I knew my photos were being used to scam people, I'd at least be watermarking them with my Instagram account to avoid being part of the problem. Facebook Messenger has introduced a couple more steps to help people make informed choices before they start talking to someone. They now ask if you know the person and warn against scams from people who contact you out of the blue. If you say no, then they offer you the chance of blocking them. That's what I'd normally do. It can get quite boring talking to romance scammers as they usually have very little conversation and just run down a list of questions and rarely have anything interesting to say. This one likes to repeat himself. William Robertson started up. Good morning, beautiful. How are you doing? Oh, hey, I didn't see your message. It was in the spam bit. Okay, he said. How are you doing? I never know how to answer that because when I ask someone that, I expect a truthful answer, not a plain old fine. As usual, I said, and then, look, I really hate small talk, so please could you get to the point and tell me why you messaged me? Nothing. Scrolling down my phone, I saw you, your beautiful profile picture I said I should send you a friend request. And he tried again. Nothing. Scrolling down my phone, I saw you, your beautiful profile picture I said I should send you a friend request. Are you married or single? And yet again. Nothing. Scrolling down my phone, I saw you, beautiful picture I said I should send you a friend request. Are you married or single? Oops, I said. You sent that 3 times with various differences. Did you know you can edit messages on here now? It means you don't have to keep correcting yourself in further messages. Amazing, innit? And off he went again. I know, sorry if I've wrong. How are you doing and your day? I know, sorry for not. How are you doing and your day? Seeing a storm Isha was in full swing, I said, It's been wet and windy like an angry Kraken with a stomach problem. Okay, he repeated, and then I'll try this all in one breath. How is your family and kids? Do you have kids? I have one. Her name is Sarah. She's 13. I look after my 97-year-old aunt. She's almost as cranky as the Kraken and often as wet and windy. I try not to feed her too many eggs, but she loves dipping her shoulders in them, bless her. Okay, he said again. See what I mean? Absolutely no conversation. So boring. Pretending to care, he asked, Your aunt, how is she? As I said, cranky. And then I thought, perhaps he doesn't know what a Kraken is, so I thought I'd throw him a Nigerian reference. She throws things around like Shango. Shango's the stone-throwing thunder spirit of Yorubaland. I think he got it because then he said, Okay, sorry for that. What religion are you? So I asked, Is religion an important part of your life? No, just ask. It shouldn't matter as long as you behave towards people as you would have others behave towards you. Wouldn't you agree? Okay. How are you doing? I'd like to know you. Where are you from? Do you agree with what I said? I agree. Glad we've cleared that up. I don't feel so bad about pretending to be someone I'm not now. And then it was ages before he contacted me again, just with, hello. And I said, hello. But he's so boring. I've just blocked him. Anyway, if you got this far, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon with another episode of Scamwatch 2024.
Should have seen it coming.